Over on the other side of the world, the Israeli Defense Minister Katz just made it very clear that the country of Israel will not and has no plan to leave Lebanon, no matter what kind of pressure comes from the ruling President Donald Trump. They were speaking at the Expo 2026 conference, in which Katz said that the IDF will continue to hold what Israel calls as its sovereign security zones inside of Lebanon and inside of Syria. They say they're doing this because, in their view, Israel's security is 100% dependent upon maintaining a military presence inside of hostile territory. Now, they said that all of these security zones operate under just one doctrine. And as long as the enemies of the state remain armed, Israeli troops will stay where they are. They also said that Israel will not allow the 200,000 Lebanese residents to return to their homes or their areas inside of the south. And then we had Prime Minister Netanyahu. He backed that position with a joint statement. This was alongside the military leaders. Now, they said the IDF will continue targeting their threats deep inside of Lebanon. They will destroy terrorist infrastructure. They will maintain a security zone, and that Israeli forces will have the full freedom of action that they can use to respond to any threat, whether direct or emerging, without restrictions placed upon it by any country of this world. Now, those comments are coming at a very particular sensitive time because Lebanon and Israel just entered into a new so-called ceasefire peace agreement deal that was brokered by the U.S. administration.
Shalom, did you hear that? We'll play that again. Shalom, call hello, Yahweh Shem Shabbat Shem Kakadash. Double honors to the elder apostles and elder bishops, great millstone, even the elders that came before them, taught us the truth. Shalom and salutations to all the brothers out pushing the word of truth and in sincerity, hopefully, like tabernacle of David. Shalom, the elder Yashuan. Skeletor here just said a lot. What did he say about the IDF? They're going to do what? Let's see if I can find it again. This is very important.
This because, in their view, Israel's security is 100% dependent upon maintaining a military presence inside of hostile territory.
Babylon the Great is hostile territory to the IDF. Did you hear what he just said? So Israel wants to have a fighting force in every country that is hostile towards them. Does Israel believe that Babylon the Great is hostile towards them? Yes. Does the IDF have a fighting force in Babylon the Great? Yes. It's called ICE. ICE is doing what the IDF does in Gaza. What does the IDF do in Gaza? Genocide. The IDF is actively working in Babylon the Great right now, alongside of ICE together. They trained them. And what are they doing now? Listen to what Skeletor says one more time. Listen close, because they want to do this everywhere. And they're doing it here now. Not only, when you understand that Bibi Netanyahu calls the shots in the White House. When you understand that, they run the White House, they run Washington, D.C., talk about the small hats, Netanyahu. They also have troops on the ground in Babylon doing what they do in Gaza, okay? And after this false flag, they're going to put them out here for real. Who's going to do the false flag? Baby is going to shoot that EMP as soon as July 4th next Saturday. Okay? And who's doing the policing? ICE, IDF.
In their view, Israel's security is 100% dependent upon maintaining a military presence inside of hostile territory.
What is he talking about? IDF. Training. And working with ICE in U.S. What is this? This been going on for the last 5 months, 6 months. Comes right up. 5 months. ICE officers are training with the IDF. It's bad. Look at retired U.S. Army officers calls out ICE's Israeli training brought back to the state. Why? Genocide, you niggers. Genocide. Are ICE agents trained by the IDF? ICE operations exposed. They train with Israeli military. Okay? IDF soldiers working as ICE Jimmy Dore. What's going on? Listen to Skeletor one more time. What did he just say? Listen close. He's telling you what they're doing in your face.
Inside of Lebanon and inside of Syria. They say they're doing this because, in their view, Israel's security is 100% dependent upon maintaining a military presence inside of hostile territory.
Watch it again. Inside a hostile territory. Babylon the Great is hostile territory to Bibi. He's got it completely taken over from the inside. AIPAC, all of that shit. They got him. Don't think that, oh, it's falling apart. They're going to kick him to the now. Been this way for Babylon belongs to the small hats. You don't get it? The small hats are acting as though they're the true men of the Lord, and that the kingdom of heaven is going to be run the way that they're trying to set things up. Come on, Jimmy.
121 former IDF soldiers are now working as ICE agents in Chicago.
Yay!
This is not about immigration enforcement. This is to distract you from the administration covering up for a PDF file ring that trafficked children called the Epstein files. It's to cover up the fact that they're importing workers to take your jobs away.
Fair use.
H-1B visa program. It's to distract you from the fact that Trump is importing 600,000 Chinese students, which he used to say were spies, which lots of people say are spies. It's to distract you from his warmongering on behalf of Israel in Iran, in Yemen, in Syria, Venezuela. It's to distract you from all of this stuff. And to keep the left and right fighting each other, because if you can divide, it's easier to conquer. And that's exactly why they're doing this in the way they're doing it. And they're not going to farms, they're not going to construction sites, they're not going to hotels, they're not going to meat packs, they're not going to places where the illegal immigrants are employed. They're not doing that.
Anyway, I mean, there's plenty of this. ICE officer in Minnesota follow his training. What are they doing? What are they training for? Genocide. Does IDF train ICE? What is IDF doing? Where are these IDF soldiers coming from? Where they have dual citizenship, and all Israelis must train with the military. So even the ones that have dual citizenship that live here, what do you not? I want you to report to duty in Chicago. What do you not understand? They're here, all right? America's not in control. Look at Trump. Bibi is in control. Okay. 5 months ago, Tony Aguilar, ICE officers being flown to train with Israeli army. Israeli who? Israeli who? What do armies do? I'm going to close on this right here. What do armies do? They fight wars, don't they? Of course they do. What war are they fighting right now? 2 Ezra 13 and 31. And one shall undertake to fight against another, one city against another, one place against another, one people. What people? The people of the IDF, the people of Israel, the people of the Israelis, the people of the small as the Amalekites are fighting against who? You, Judah, you, Jake, they're coming to get you and exterminate you like they're doing the Palestinians in Gaza. One people against another and one realm against another. This is a war, okay? This is a war. What do you not understand? That this is a war, okay? The Israeli who? The Israeli army, stupid. ICE officers being flown to train with Israeli army. The ICE officers have become part of the Israeli army. To do what? To come after us. One people against another. All right. So anyway, I just, caught that when he said that, right? What is Israel's objective?
No plan to leave Lebanon. No matter what kind.
Right now they're in Lebanon doing this.
Weeks
What
after.
What is Israel doing in Lebanon right now? They're conducting a genocide like they did in Gaza.
Warning that the military will potentially run out of money if Congress does not pass the new spending bill. Over on the other side of the world, the Israeli Defense Minister Katz just made it very clear that the country of Israel will not and has no plan to leave Lebanon, no matter what kind of pressure comes from the ruling President Donald Trump. They were speaking at the Expo 2026 conference, in which Katz said that the IDF will continue to hold what Israel calls as its sovereign security zones inside of Lebanon and inside of Syria. They say they're doing this because, in their view, Israel's security is 100% dependent upon maintaining a military presence inside of hostile territory,
including Babylon the Great.
Now, they said that all of these security zones operate under just one doctrine. And as long as the enemies of the state remain armed, Israeli troops will stay where they are. They also said that Israel will not allow the 200,000 Lebanese residents to return to their homes or their areas inside of the south. And then
because we stole the land. The land belongs to them. What about Babylon the Great? While they're conducting this genocide, what are they going to do with the land? So who won the war? Israel won the war. Now they're taking the spoils at gunpoint with their slaves, the Goyim, the Babylonians.
Prime Minister Netanyahu, he backed that position with a joint statement. This was alongside the military leaders. Now, they said the IDF will continue targeting their threats deep inside of Lebanon. They will destroy terrorist infrastructure. They will maintain a security zone, and that Israeli forces
deep inside of Babylon, when the enemy shall come in like a flood. All right? Understand that. Or we just extrapolated what's actually going on right here. All right? And I just wanted to point that out because I heard him say that, right? About what the IDF is doing. I'm like, well, the IDF is right here conducting the genocide. So with that, we pray that the elect ratified you, brothers and sisters. Shalom.